Hey guys, I'm Rhea.
And this is Brandon.
And you are watching More Love
with R&B.
And today we're going to talk about the 5 things that you need to talk about before you get married.
That's right. So let's just go ahead and get into it. First thing that we're going to talk about is money. So everybody brings something to the table when it comes to money. Who's good with it? Who's bad with it? You want to talk about your credit scores and your history with money. You want to talk about bills. You also want to talk about student loans. That's a big one that people often bring into a marriage because your student loan becomes our student loan. So you want to talk about money and how it's all going to look when you get married.
Absolutely. The next thing that we believe is important to talk about before you get married is location. And this is basically talking about where you want to live together. Is it in the city? Is it in the county? Is it in a rural area? Or is it out of state? There are a lot of people who have family members out of state and they've always wanted to go back and live there. Maybe it's even out of the country. And so this is something that is very important that you talk about before you get married so that it's not a surprise when you're like, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and move to Europe. What?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Number 3. You want to talk about the future. Now, I know this seems kind of vague, but when we talk future, we're talking about your goals, things that you had planned on doing in 10 years, 15 years. Now that you're considering marrying someone, where do you see your life in the next 15 to 20 years? The goals that you had, now that you're getting married, do you put those aside? Do you press forward and try to reach them anyway? Do you postpone them? You need to talk about those kind of things because how you see your future is going to affect your marriage.
Absolutely. And speaking of future, the next thing that we believe you should talk about before you get married is kids. How many do you want to have? Do you even want kids? And how will you raise them? How will you financially support them? Which talks about the money. This is something that is extremely important that you talk about before you get married because you don't want to blindside your spouse with your expectation or your idea of what you want as far as the family's concerned. Things like that is very important to talk about before you get married.
That's right. 5th thing that we're going to talk about today is your past. And this is the topic everyone loves to talk about. What did you do before I met you? I just kind of made that up. Like everybody needs to know like what kind of life did you have? What kind of like all of these things kind of encompassing come into mind, like your money, your health, your sexual past. You want to also just talk about, you know, if you got any warrants or anything out, like just literally like I need to know everything about you that you did before I met you so that in 10, 15 years I don't get blindsided. So talk about your past. Only you know every detail about your life, and you need to share that with your spouse so that they can be in the know about who you were before they met you.
So these are just the 5 things, some 5 random things that we came up with. There are a lot more, and of course, these are just our opinions as to what we think is important for you guys to talk about.
Yeah, so do us a favor, leave some comments in the comment section. If we get a lot of feedback, we'll do 5 more. And then we'll just keep going from there. But tell us if you think we missed anything. If you agree, if you disagree, go ahead and put that in the comments. We would love to chop it up with you guys. And we'll definitely be in the comments talking things out with you. And if you've liked this video,
make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and make sure you share.
Yes, please share the video.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Thank you guys for watching.
See you next time.
Bye guys.